What if the one small thing you gave away each day ended up feeding an entire village? In a quiet valley between two sleepy hills, there lived an old woman named Amma Lila. Her cottage was small, tucked beside a winding dirt path and shaded by a mango tree that whispered when the wind passed through its branches. Her roof was made of red clay tiles, and her fence was held together by time and kindness more than nails. She lived alone. Her husband had passed many years ago. Her children, there were none. But Amma was never truly lonely, because she had Mooney. Now Mooney wasn't just any chicken. She had rich bronze feathers, a white crest on her chest, and eyes that looked like they understood everything. She followed Amma everywhere, from the garden to the market, even into the little prayer hut behind the house. Every single morning, just as the mist lifted from the fields, Mooney would lay one perfect egg. And every morning, Amma would pick it up, hold it in both hands like it was made of gold and whisper, "One is enough. Thank you, my dear." Half for breakfast, half for lunch. Her meals were simple, her needs even simpler. She grew her own greens, saved rainwater in clay pots, and sat outside in the evenings humming old folk songs to Mooney. Life was quiet, predictable, content. But one morning Mooney laid 2 eggs. Amma stared. Well, that's generous. She kept one, boiled it, and brought the other to the village. She traded it for a few spoonfuls of rice and a cube of jaggery. The next morning, again, 2 eggs, then again and again. Whispers started. "Sell both eggs, Amma. You could get 5 more hens. Build a coop, grow a business." Why stop at 2? What if she lays 3? But Amma Lila just smiled and said, "One for me, one for someone else. That's enough." She began gifting the 2nd egg to a hungry child, to the widow down the road, to the school teacher who always skipped lunch. Sometimes she left it on a doorstep before sunrise, no note, no explanation. People started calling her Egg Amma, not as a joke, as a blessing. Then, one year, the monsoon arrived early, and it didn't leave. The skies stayed gray, the river flooded its banks, villagers lost their crops, the firewood wouldn't light, chickens stopped laying, bellies went hungry. But Mooney never stopped. Even as the rain hammered the roof and thunder shook the windows, 2 eggs, every day. And Amma, who had quietly stored her extras, boiled, pickled, preserved, began giving them away. She didn't wait to be asked. She didn't ask for payment. She simply gave, quietly, gently, freely. To the mother who hadn't eaten in 2 days. To the old man who had no one left. To the boy whose father never came back from the flooded fields. The eggs weren't much, but they were enough. When the rains finally cleared and life slowly returned, a group of villagers came to Amma's gate. They brought her a small basket of fruit and sat at her feet. One asked, "Why didn't you sell more when you had the chance?" Another asked, "Why didn't you save more for yourself?" Amma looked at them, not angry, not proud, just calm. "Because more doesn't always mean better," she said. "And enough isn't measured by how full your hands are, but how open they are." She looked down at Mooney, who clucked softly and nestled against her sandal. "The world tells us to take more, keep more, chase more. But I found something sweeter in giving while you can, especially when no one expects it. I didn't feed the village because I had plenty. I fed it because I had enough, and I loved what I had." If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who gives quietly, or needs a reminder that small kindnesses matter. And if you believe the world could use more stories like this, about quiet love, humble hearts, and the power of enough, hit that subscribe button and help us spread goodness, one story at a time. Because sometimes, one egg is enough to feed a soul.